So I'm honestly pretty upset, or pretty sad that eventually I'll have to take this all down, because like it's just sad. Like I wait all year for Christmas, and, like, there's other inflatables for other holidays. I like having this huge display where I have a whole bunch of these inflatables out. Just getting to be with all these inflatables, just walk around in the yard, just admiring it. It's just a lot of fun. Probably one of my favorite things in the world. And it's sad that I have to take these down, because already I'm being asked that I should start taking these down. But hopefully I get a lot of time to take them down, because like unlike most people who just put them in the box, I generally like to clean the inside of the inflatable, like, because there's dirt inside it that gets inside through the fan. And so, like, it's just, so it takes longer for me. But I like to take care of them. Like, it's just something I do. I like to keep them clean. If I find like a bird poop on it anytime, I immediately work to clean it up, to fix it. If a light bulb's out, I fix it quickly. I take notice of it. I find another light bulb, and then I take it and put in one of the inflatable that has the burnout bulb, stuff like that. And like, it's like sad that I have to take these down, because like this is one of my favorite times of the year, because I get to have these inflatable displays. Like Christmas, like most of my life, like, for most people, like Christmas was about, like, Christmas is about like getting presents, but for me it's just like major part of Christmas that I enjoy is all of this. I spend a lot of money on this stuff because I love it. It's something that I like a lot. And it sort of makes me sad that I have to take these down eventually. Because like sometimes I do not like waiting another year to put these up again. Because like this is a really good display this year. This is my largest ever display. Larger than 2018, larger than 2017 or 16. Like 2019 is like my best display ever. Like no other display that I have dealt with, that I have made or dealt with or not dealt with them, like was responsible for, was this big. Like a whole bunch of new inflatables. Like a whole, like, look, like there's like a whole row of big 10 footers, 11 foot, 12 foot, whatever. And there's like my new animated dragon, some small cheap fan inflatables. My light show is right here instead of over there. Like this is a much better configuration. Like this is like a really cool display. Like there's probably like, because like 2018 had like a display that was like the whole display was like a whole like wide row of inflatables. Well, this year like there's like multiple rows. Like here's some smaller ones in the front, big ones in behind them, maybe some really small ones in the far front. Like there's like multiple rows of inflatables, so like this is more efficient. And it takes up the whole big front yard. Like nothing, because like we have a big front yard here. I have a big front yard to like work with. And yet there's like a whole other, like there's another side, the other side of the driveway. There's like another large area that I could potentially put inflatables if I like expand my collection even more. But like, yeah. But I heard that we may be moving, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with all of these. I'm not sure if some of these will not be able to be used, and like they just have to sit in the box for that year, for 2020 Christmas. But like, I love these. I like when I'm able to have every single one of them out. Just all of them just working and together, just all of them, just like all their fans just blowing air, all of their lights, all of their animation, all of their kaleidoscopes. Like it's all like it just they combine to make a beautiful display. This display, like their rivals down the street, who probably who used to have a bigger display in 2018, but now that I went by their house and they had for their 2019 display, it seems a little bit smaller. And like I think we beat them with how many inflatables we have. And like I spent a lot of money on these inflatables because they're one of my favorite things in the world. Yeah, it's heartbreaking sometimes to think about taking them down. Another thing that's heartbreaking that involves inflatables is that whenever they sell, like the inflatables for that year sell out or are putting on clearance, and like I could probably never buy them again. Like there's so many good inflatables I can't really necessarily get because they are sold out. Like I wanted, like for example, the military Santa. There was a green dragon with golden horns at Lowe's this year. There was like the helicopter at Lowe's, the fire truck. Well, luckily I got the toy soldier, but anyways, like, yeah, it's just kind of sad. Because, like, this is probably one of my favorite things in the world, because not only I get to enjoy it, other people get to enjoy it too. Like, that's one of my favorite parts about it, is that everyone gets to enjoy it. I enjoy it, other people enjoy it. Like, maybe, like, if I instead spent money on the iPhone 11 Pro or 11 Pro Max, yeah, that would be, yeah, it would be expensive, but at least I enjoy it. But like, here's the thing: it gets smashed, gets lost, gets stolen, it gets obsolete. Like even the top-end iPhone is going to be obsolete in a few years, whenever like iPhone 14 or iPhone 15 come out. Like these inflatables, yeah, they never get obsolete. Sometimes they even get better, because like for example, there's inflatable snow globes that are no longer made and they can't get obsolete, even though they use C7s. Like these, the cheap fan inflatables these days are worse than the inflatables in the earlier 2000s. So these don't get obsolete, so I'd rather spend my money on the inflatables than on an iPhone 11. You know, an iPhone 11 is nice, has the A13 17-hour battery, whatever. Like these inflatables, everyone gets far more out of these inflatables than an iPhone could ever bring. Or a computer, like a new gaming computer, like those things, yeah, they're cool, but these so like all the joy that comes out of these inflatables, like that's what I love about them. Like they're just much better to spend my money on than an iPhone. You know, yeah, iPhones are good, but yeah, like I don't need latest iPhone, latest AirPods, whatever those are. Like these are because these are like my most prized things. These will like stand good for years and years and years. Like my light show here is 12 years old now, and yet it's still bringing a lot of good. An iPhone like 12 years ago, like the original iPhone delivered, like it would probably be nothing compared to iPhone 11s these days. And so like this thing is like a much better investment than an iPhone. Apple makes ridiculously expensive stuff, even though it's good stuff and they have good security on them. Still, they're expensive. Like iPhone 11 Pro costs $1,000, and the 11 Pro Max which probably, if I had the money, I would want, is like $1,100. But these inflatables, like with $1,100, instead I could buy a whole bunch more of these inflatables instead of a small little piece of glass that gets obsolete in a few years, or can get stolen or smashed or soaked with water or whatever, or obsolete. But these they just like, I love them. And it's just upsetting to me that I have to take these down. It's just quite sad. Because like I do a lot of work on these all the time that I'm here. Like I always check out their light bulbs, check out their cords, sometimes hit their stakes in a little more. Just look at them for hours on end, like, because I love the holidays. I love Christmas because of this whole display. This is why I love Christmas. Oh, I do like it for like gifts, but like this is part of the enjoyment. It's sad that it's part of me finds it sad to like having to take these all down. So yeah. Anyway, please like and subscribe. Bye.